So Gary Vasilash and I are at the MBS conference, the management briefing seminars. I've been coming here a long time. I'll bet you have too.
We both have, John. Probably longer than either of us will admit.
I think even longer than the people that put this conference on.
Oh yeah, they're rookies. Come on.
Okay, the big news, the big storm. This conference kicked off with a tsunami just about of rainfall,
right.
You know, a monsoon for sure. Did you get caught out in it?
I came into the building, and within 10 minutes, all the power in this building went out, which had catastrophic implications for the poor people at CAR who put this conference on. Making a decision, what do you do when you have this giant hotel full of people and you have no power, and how do you put a conference on? It was
crazy. We were eating
call.
the first dinner by candlelight, and I had to climb with my wife 15 stories of stairs to get up to our hotel room.
So you're a healthier man than I, because I did 9, and I was just like, damn. I mean, it's just like unbelievable. It was terrible, but it had a big effect on, you know, what went on here yesterday morning. That this being Tuesday afternoon. Because they had to cancel the sessions because they wouldn't, you know, they had no.
Right, they canceled the morning, but the show must go on, and now the show is going on again.
So they soldiered on yesterday before power was back into the hotel. They put on the afternoon sessions, and you know they did yeoman's work, and then 5:30, 6 o'clock last night, power was back, and
we're back to normal.
Full swing.
Whatever
full swing,
normal
yeah.
is.
But,
so what have you learned so far now that it's back to normal?
Well, I've learned basically. I mean, the first thing is that, you know, this conference, the number of attendees is up over. So it's you know, the recession hit. I think it's back, and I think that that's a good sign for CAR. It's a good sign for the industry. I think that you know, there's a lot of discussion still on lightweighting, a lot of discussions on alternative powertrains, a lot of discussions on
how things might actually get better. I sat in on one of the sales forecast panels, and they're saying, you know, last month sales were at a 17.6 million SAAR. They're saying that car sales may go to 18 million next year. That 2016 and 2017, they're saying, could still be a good year. So we haven't seen anything like this in a long time.
And we probably will never see anything like that again, assuming we get there.
Assuming that we live long enough.
You know, and the other thing is that it's very interesting to me that, you know, we've heard from the OEMs. I mean, we heard Pam Fletcher this morning talking about, you know, the Volt, the new Volt is going to get 53-mile range, pure EV. And yet when the discussion becomes of, okay, so is there a silver bullet technology that is going to be in the future? Even Pam was saying, no, you know, we need a portfolio approach. Ask the suppliers, we need a portfolio approach. Everybody is saying, you know what? You're spreading your bets. You're not putting all on one technology.
Because they don't know where it's going to go with the consumer. I mean, the engineers can come up with all this technology, but will people buy it? And right now, hybrids going nowhere, plug-ins going nowhere. Even diesels are starting to go down now.
Sure.
And it's like, we needed this technology to meet these regulations.
And the interesting thing is that, you know, you talk to the suppliers and they continue to develop it. It continues forward. That nobody's pausing. Nobody's saying, you know what? You know, gas prices are, I don't know, I paid $2.59 up here for a gallon of regular. You know, that ain't bad.
No, that's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap. And, you know, so again, it's a confluence of things, at least in the North American region. You know, this industry is just rocking right now.
Right.
The rest of the world, not so great. Maybe Europe's getting back on its feet. Look like that's happening too. But yeah, it's been real interesting to see all the different kinds of people and companies that are at this conference that are part of the industry. I'm running into people I had no idea they were involved in the auto industry. So to me, that's been one of the benefits of coming here.
And you chaired a panel on Mexico, and it was interesting to hear about how, on the one hand, you may get benefits in terms of low labor rates, but transportation rates may eat into that, your savings?
Yeah, they said something like if you build a small car in Mexico, you can save $650 in labor costs. But if you ship that car to the United States, it's going to cost you $500 just to move it. So who cares if you moved it down to Mexico?
But this raises a question. I mean, we've talked about, you know, can you build small cars in the United States? And, you know, it seems like maybe not. But based on that information that you found out today,
Right.
maybe you build them nowhere.
Well, maybe you build them down in Mexico, and maybe most of the savings is eaten up in transportation costs, but there's still a savings. And in this business where everything's to the penny and margins in small cars are so thin, you just got to go for it anyway.
But you know, I think overall that I get the sense that there's a real positivity, a real feel of things are going in the right direction. I mean, sales numbers notwithstanding, I mean, you know, you got these guys who are saying, you know what, we've been there before and ain't worked out so well, but this time there seems to be a real sort of sense of confidence that maybe things will get better.
I see the exact same thing.
And so...
Well, real good. Let's wrap up this little overview of what we've learned so far, seen so far at the management briefing seminars.
For the people at Dow, racing is a sport and a science. We enjoy one and learn from the other. But like most competitive people, we like winning at both. Working together, scientists and racing technicians study the impact of new lightweight materials. We look back and learn, so we understand a little better what's on the road ahead. This is the human element at work. Dow.